Most people are distracted from true purpose and fulfillment because we are in a constant war for our spirit and our mind that most of us are unaware of. Wicked scientists are using our desire for instant gratification and pleasure to make us non-productive people. And are using something that most of us have never heard of, which is called dopamine.
Right.
What is dopamine?
Natural, vital, actually chemical that the brain produces that's responsible for pleasure, for validation, and motivation.
Okay.
And it's basically the brain's reward system. Well, in today's world, the number one currency is information and data. And the more information you have over a group of people and control over their emotions, you can basically manipulate them to think and do what you want them to do.
Most reports agree that, I would argue rather that our issue with depression and mental health issues are spiking because of the use of social media. Many people that use social media use it as a platform for pleasure, not understanding that there's an addictive factor attached to it.
Right.
Most people base their life around social media usage, and they take a break from social media just to go to work.
Right. You live between social media.
We live in between social media, meaning you take a shower and check your social media even in between your shower and get dressed.
Right.
You get up in the morning, the first thing you do, you grab your phone and check other people's thoughts and ideas.
It's similar to something that's been around forever, which is sugar. Sugar is in fruit, sugar is in a lot of natural things.
Right.
But the sugar that we consume is basically destroyed our metabolic health because we was never designed to eat sugar in that form. Same thing with dopamine. Social media and all these platforms have basically destroyed our cognitive health.
Well, basically, we actually live in a virtual world,
Right.
that we take breaks from to live in a real world.
Right.
We're constantly comparing ourselves to other people.
Right.
We're constantly engaging in thoughts and ideas that really don't pertain to us, but we like to go with what's called the current events.
Right.
The job of Instagram, the job of Facebook, the job of TikTok and other platforms is to hold your attention for as long as it can.
Right.
So they're constantly revamping those types of apps just to keep your attention held no matter what type of content they have to shoot down the algorithm.
Any people that can't control their attention can't control their future.
We was taught that whoever controls the circumference of your environment controls the diameter of your thinking. Dopamine is actually a good thing in its natural state. The reason we want to talk about getting off that dope, meaning the things that overstimulate us and keep us outside of our norm, is because it's keeping us in the most non-productive state because we're constantly comparing ourselves to other people, whether we want to or not.
Right.
We're constantly feeding off ideas of other people that really don't have nothing to do with us. Right. Why should you wake up in the morning and the first thing you're doing is reading thoughts and ideas of other people? Even watching the news is not effective a way to start your day.
Mm-hmm.
Your day should start with prayer, meditation, consciously putting some type of positive input into your morning so you can release natural dopamine.
Right.
It's time to work out in the morning. What is that? Natural dopamine.
Right.
You make your bed up in the morning just because that releases natural dopamine. You win in the morning by doing getting small victories.
Right. The dopamine rush that we're getting today has really killed all mastery. People don't master anything anymore,
Right.
including themselves.
Right.
And all those things are really part of self-mastery. And to me, where self-mastery lies and where you come up with these thoughts is in a state of boredom.
So boredom is where creativity flourishes. Constant feeding off an algorithm is where creativity goes to die.
Most of us are not even aware that this exists.
Right.
And that we're being manipulated.
Right. I watch people who couldn't even sit in a room of silence. It's too quiet in here, play some music, turn the TV on.
Mm-hmm.
I watch people who couldn't be amongst each other without engaging in the most mundane conversation because we don't like silence. But what most people have to understand, isolation is where you go to find yourself, your power,
Exactly.
your true being. Once you calm your spirit, once you begin to pull away from that dope or that dopamine and get off that dope, then you start to get back to your natural state. Now your mental illness or your mental health issue starts to normalize. It's only in quietness that we begin to deal with our traumas. It's only in quietness that we begin to deal with our mental health issues, our emotional instability. Long as we tapping into the algorithm of the system of the machine of the matrix, we always going to be in a state of confusion because it's going to feed us things that ill affect us. I think dopamine affects every factor in our community. It's the need for pleasure. We all have a need for pleasure. The pleasure that we seek on a day-to-day basis is artificial. Working out is true dopamine. A gardener rather is true dopamine. Reading a book is true dopamine. The natural things in life are true dopamine. Most of us spend most of our time doing unnatural things. Natural dopamine is not profitable. Why do Coca-Cola and big companies spend millions of dollars during the Super Bowl when we already know about Coca-Cola?
Exactly.
It's something about the power of suggestion that we don't understand. Right?
Yeah.
Frosted Flakes are not just good, they what?
They're great.
How do you know? Because it's well advertised.
Yeah.
That's why the repetition sinks in. So you could hear a song one day and hate that song.
Oh, yeah.
But if you listen to the radio constantly, you're going to know that song.
And what we say, it grows on you.
It grows on you because they're constantly playing the same songs over and over.
Exactly.
You're being manipulated, not entertained.
Exactly. The delusional choice.
The delusional choice.
Right.
People wake up in the morning looking for the topic. What's the argument today? What's the conversation today?
What should I be outraged about?
What should I be outraged about? You don't wake up in the morning with thoughts and you go on to social media with your own thoughts and ideas. You trying to fit into whatever on display for the day. We have the greatest opinions on worldly affairs and the worst opinions for our own affairs. It's hard sometimes to understand the manipulation that goes on.
Exactly.
And what's keeping us docile and weak. The goal of the enemy is this. If you in your true state, in your natural state as a man or woman, then you are a threat to the system that they're trying to present to us in modern time. Now, to keep you distracted is the number one aim of the system at this particular moment.
Social media and all this media will have you comparing yourself or your life or where you at in your situation to something that you shouldn't even be comparing yourself to. And it'll make you feel like you lost already. And if you lost already, why try?
Here's the fascinating thing about the comparison. Most people who do it are not conscious they're doing it.
No.
And you'll hear people say, I don't compare myself to nobody. It's impossible to be in a social media state on a constant basis and not compare your life. Why is it to this day when a new pair of Jordan come out, people are fighting in line, not necessarily fighting, but lining up, holding spots to get tickets. You know, when I see people post, I got the shoes, I was like, that's dopamine rush.
Yeah.
That's the sense of accomplishment. That's the sense of accomplishment for you.
Yeah.
And I'm like, sometimes at some point we gotta pull back and say, nigga, it's just a pair of goddamn shoes.
Yeah.
That you waited in line or overpaid for from a second retailer for a goddamn pair of shoes.
Right.
It's the dopamine rush that got us here, man.
Yes. Children have to be bored. It's natural to their development mentally.
Yes.
A child brain is way more susceptible than ours, and for them to be overstimulated in those early stages is truly dangerous.
We're too idle. We're not goal oriented. We lack discipline more than anything. And it keeps us in a state where I need somebody to present me an agenda on a day-to-day basis.
Right.
It's only when you spend time alone that you know what you like and you don't like.
Exactly.
Once you build that foundation of what you like and how you like to do things, it helps you create boundaries. So anything that comes around you that violates those boundaries gotta go.
Exactly.
You know, that's why distractions keep you off from being yourself.
Right.
It's the devil's playground.
Exactly.
And most relationships fail because of this. I put a burden on you. I wanted you to make me whole. I wanted you to make me fulfilled. I even hear some people say this is my better half.
Yeah.
No, that's a horrible thing.
Yeah, that's your better half.
My job is to be a whole.
Worst half.
Yeah, I need to be a whole and complete person.
Right. A whole man.
And whoever I choose as a mate is just a bonus for me.
If we fix dopamine, do we fix everything?
No. We normalize we get back to zero.
Okay.
We hard reset.
Right.
Then we start to develop.
Right.
With beasts right now, we talked about this previously. We just trying to get back to man state and woman state.
Right.
Zero. We trying to reset like a computer that got viruses. You factory reset it like the manufacturer made it. We just trying to get to the natural state in which God made it. Then we evolve into be like God's children of the Most High God.
Right.
But that's a process. That's
Facts.
Look, most of us can change our entire life if we just got rid of habits.
Right.
We don't need to add nothing to it. Most of us, our life would change overnight if we just got rid of some of the toxic traits that we have in our life.
Exactly.
Stop the drinking, stop the smoking, stop the gambling, stop the porn, bad eating, working out more, and your life will elevate in 6 months.
Guaranteed.
Guaranteed.
Yeah.
A man welcomes pain.
Yeah.
A man welcomes a challenge.
Right.
That's how you know you're a man.
Right.
Because you welcome challenges, you welcome difficulties in your life.
Right.
Because you want to see that you got the capacity to overcome, to meet and overcome any obstacle in your path.
Right.
That's dopamine.
Right.
That's the real dopamine. And then you'll notice your emotional stability starts to come back.
Right.
Your mental health starts to stabilize.
Right.
Your impulsive behavior is not controlled now.
Right.
Ain't no more crashing out because I'm doing things productive now.
Right.
And your risk for addiction. You really start to reject people
Yeah.
who violate your boundaries.
Right.
You know, because
Right.
when you on bad dopamine, you ain't got no boundaries.
Nah, you do anything for the dope.
You do anything for the dope.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta get off that dope.
Gotta get off that dope, man.
That's right.